Now, for those people who have a Virgo Saturn, which means in your natal chart, Saturn is placed in your Virgo sign, whichever may be your rising sign. So Saturn is placed in the Virgo sign in your natal chart, then the transiting Saturn is going into the Pisces sign, 7 houses away from your natal Saturn. So this is a 7-7 placement from your natal Saturn and the transiting Saturn perspective. So now the natal Saturn and the transiting Saturn will be aspecting each other with their 7th aspect. This is a very, very powerful placement, very, very powerful denotation as well. So your natal Saturn aspecting your transiting Saturn in the Pisces sign in the 7th house of teamwork, while the transiting Saturn is not only aspecting the natal Saturn but also your 9th house in the Taurus sign and your 4th house in the Sagittarius sign, which means your ability to work in a team role may get you gains, and you are also able to make assets. However, the domestic life is also coming under focus here, because Saturn is placed in the Virgo sign. So if you're not careful in your relationship at home, then you may unnecessarily create issues or problems with one relationship at home, which may give you trouble over the next 2.5 years. So you need to be careful with that. However, money will still come in, especially connected to long distance travel, higher education, ability to get higher roles, higher certification, higher qualification is also seen. Now here we are taking the example of Saturn being in the Virgo sign, but the rising sign could be anything, while Saturn is in the Virgo sign in the natal chart. So let's take one example of some rising sign at random where Saturn is placed in the Virgo sign. So let's say your rising sign is that of Aries, and in the Aries rising sign, your natal Saturn is placed in the Virgo sign, as we are taking the example. So in your rising sign of Aries, your natal Saturn is placed in the Virgo sign in the 6th house and aspecting the transiting Saturn in the 12th house in a mutual aspect, while the transiting Saturn is also aspecting your 2nd house of income and the 9th house of long distance travel and gain. So in service, your transiting Saturn is creating an ability to enhance your ability to be able to gain money and make gains, as long as you're able to overcome challenges where your team workers are concerned. So those people who are either your team members, who are your colleagues, or who work below you, if you don't have a good rapport with them, then there can be issues. And there will be niggling issues every now and then where competition may create challenges for you. And in competitive exams, you'll have to really work hard to be able to get promotion over others, or to get appreciation or acknowledgement over others. You'll have to really work hard. But if you do that, then surely gains will come to you. However, mind your expenses, because you will have to tighten your purses so that the money still remains with you. Money remains in the bank rather than going waste.